Hello and good morning. It's Monday and we are excited being on your screens. We begin informing you with recent eventualities happening across the country. My name, first of all, is Dolly Ngonde, where some 11,138 regional and municipal councillors across the country have voted for the country's senators for the next 5 years in some 198 polling stations over the National Triangle. After weeks of intensified campaigns from the 10 political parties which have contested for seats in the upper house of parliament, the results will be expected no later than Monday, March 27, 2023, after the Constitutional Council has heard electoral litigation. We keep on bringing you senatorial updates as the highly anticipated March 12 senatorial elections in Cameroon have taken place across the country. We begin updating you with results from the various polling stations gradually as we start from Kumba, where Senator Ote Andrew Mufa is a senator-elect for the Meme division. He was elected yesterday, March 12, following a vote count of 167 out of 167 who casted their votes at the 3 polling stations in Kumba. We get an excerpt of the senator-elect coming up next.
The Republic, the chairman of our ruling party, CPDM, for renewed confidence to my modest president. I want to thank him very much, and I also want to thank the CPDM family, the militants, sympathizers of Meme division. As you can see, that the turnout was massive. It showed that the party is doing very fine in Meme. So I want to thank them very much for their enormous sacrifice despite the threats. And I want to encourage them that we are gearing up for the 2025 elections, and they should keep up the team spirit that has reigned today so that we can win future elections with landslide victories. So I want to congratulate all our militants. Thank you very much for the support.
You're welcome back. That was Senator Ote, Senator-elect of Meme division. And now over in the northwest region of Cameroon, councillors of the 4 subdivisions of Menchum division have exercised their civic obligations while voting for their senators during the 3rd legislature, with polling stations considered relatively peaceful. As we get details on how the atmosphere looked like yesterday with Charles Kibwa.
Councillors of the 34 councils and regional assembly councillors of the Northwest region Sunday, March 12, 2023, voting for senatorials for the 3rd legislature.
What we are supposed to do as councillors, that is to vote for the senator from Menchum division and for all the other senators of the region, because it's a constituency. We have done what we are supposed to do as a party. We have followed the party instructions, and we believe that, I personally believe that what I have done, the rest of the councillors of my party, the CPDM, are going to do the same thing.
Being the 2nd senatorial elections within an over 6 years socio-political crisis to armed conflict in the Northwest and Southwest regions, Menchum Divisional Headquarters, we are reporting from polling effectively opened at 8 a.m. with election management officials in the division presenting empty transparent ballot boxes to ensure transparency in the process, with councillors from Benakuma, Furawa, Wum and Zwa, like other councillors in the region, exercise their civic obligations. Quiz with councillors said,
first of all, because I'm voting for the 3rd time, I'm voting for the 3rd Senate. Today, you see, we are the host council, and we have decided to come. We have come one after the other, and we are there prepared to give the CPDM the victory. We are proud and honored that the youngest candidate in the Northwest is from us. It's a young man we can easily send. It's a young man we can easily bully to do what the population needs from him. And so the councillors of Wing Council have all promised that they're going to give 100% for the CPDM, given the fact that he is even from Menchum South constituency, which is our constituency. So we are more than proud and happy, and thanking the Central Committee for choosing the candidate for the CPDM for Menchum South constituency.
with the mayors of Menchum. That is my expectation of those who are voting today, so that we should work as a team. When we are hunting, we should hunt what is needed by the population. There should be no clashes anywhere, because if you go hunting for water and another person is hunting for the same water, it will not make any meaning at all. So what we just expect from them is collaboration with all the forces, be they political, administrative, religious, traditional, that will make us have the development we are envisaging for our people.
Menchum SDO Abdullahi Aliu, who visited the polling considered relatively peaceful, said,
in the 2 polling stations in Womb City, I realized that various councillors are present, massively, both municipal councillors and regional councillors. And all the necessary security measures have been taken. Permit not only for the councillors to sleep well down, but also to move easily in those 2 police stations and to vote. Now, presently, we are at 11 o'clock now, and we already registered more than the half who have already voted. So we already have around 60% on those 113 councillors who already voted. Things are going smoothly without any negative observations.
by press time, the polls are expected to close at 6 p.m. as the region expects 7 seats for the senatorial in the region to be elected and 3 appointed by the President of the Republic.
And now, the Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, has said the senatorial elections took place this Sunday in a peaceful and serene atmosphere in all the electoral constituencies across the country. He added by saying that the elections were free, transparent, and credible, with more than 3,000 national and international observers being accredited by the Ministry of Territorial Administration. And I'll propose you to take a listen to the excerpt where he made this affirmation.
Ladies and gentlemen, in compliance with Decree number 2023/023 signed on the 13th January 2023 by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Biya, the election of senators held in all the 58 divisional headquarters of Cameroon this Sunday, 12 March 2023. According to the provisions of Law number 2012/001 of 19 April 2012 on the Electoral Code, amended and supplemented by Law number 2012/017, 21st of December 2012, and Law number 2019/005 of 25th April 2019. Polling stations open at 8 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. This election was preceded by a heated campaign during which 10 political parties who had presented their list of candidates freely expressed themselves equitably on the public media to sell their respective political ideologies and convince a large number of electors. I reiterate that the Electoral College consisted of regional councillors and municipal councillors. That said, the public service media was fair in strictly respecting broadcast time devoted to each political party during the electoral campaign. On the other hand, some private media organs rather did the contrary, giving more airtime to certain political parties, thereby making the political debate unbalanced. Nevertheless, the 2023 senatorial election generally
came with a lot of enthusiasm and commitment from political parties.
You're still watching the 9:30 a.m. Prime Flash, coming to you live from My Media Prime Television. We still talk senatorial elections, as in the same light, the General Manager of Elections Cameroon has lauded the candidates' conduct observed at the various polling stations across the country, as he has termed the atmosphere to have been calm and serene as well. Now, in the following report coming up next, Elvis says the affirmation was made shortly after he visited the Bastos primary polling station during voting hours. Let's get details now.
Voting went on hitch-free at the Bastos Government Primary School in Yaoundé as municipal councillors turned out in their numbers for the senatorial election. Observers have suggestions for elections Cameroon.
And not in the absence of sanitary service in charge to take care of people who can be vulnerable, who can be sick, somebody can fall now. What is the issue? Yes, I was expected to see maybe the Red Cross here, that's a pompier here. And other opinion is the representativity of women in the list. Yes, is so few. Yes. You can see a list of 50 people, just 10 women. For me, the women are not yet represented in this election. And this is our advocacy that the next election, let us implicate more women that enter to this management of our city.
Tight security disposition was put in place and municipal councillors were brought in buses by various councils to vote. Elections Cameroon is satisfied with the turnout of the polls.
As I say, you note that all the operations are going very good, very smoothly, with no incident. All the material is ready, is complete. All the electors are doing their vote very normally. There is no incident, and after voting, the elector goes to retire his the means of transport. I think that all is going very, very well and very smoothly, and our democracy is going on very good. Thank you.
The FDC and the CPDM are the only two political parties represented in the center region, with the CPDM tipped favorite if one goes by the number of municipal councils represented.
And away from senatorial elections news, let's also talk what characterized the heart of the weekend, where a newborn baby was burnt to death in an incubator following a fire outbreak that emanated due to an electrical fault in the Ngonde Regional Hospital in the littoral region of Cameroon. In reacting to the disheartening sad incident, Cameroon's electricity supplying company, NEO, has extended its deepest condolences to the bereaved family, authorities of the said hospital, as well as to the entire population. We get details with Naivona in the report coming up.
A newborn baby has been burned to death after an incubator caught fire at the Ngonde Regional Hospital in the Mongo division of the littoral region. The tragic incident occurred on March 10, 2023 and was reportedly caused by a short circuit which occurred due to fluctuating electricity supply at the hospital. The newborn is said to have been in an incubator when a fire broke out in the incubator and led to the death of the child. The electricity supply company, NEO, in a release dated Saturday, March 11, 2023, regrets the incident and also extends its deepest condolence to the bereaved families. NEO also notes that investigations are underway and a second release will be published thereafter. Authorities of the Ngonde Regional Hospital are yet to make any statement on the incident, but it should be noted that it's not the first time such is happening, as several other deaths are linked to recurrent power blackouts in Cameroon.
You're welcome back. Now, in the same light, some Cameroonian female artists have been celebrated for using their digital platforms to promote social justice in the country. In the report coming up now, we are told that aspects like regular power cuts, social injustice, and the socio-political hitches observed in most parts of the country have been strongly condemned by these ladies. Get the details right ahead.
As the Women's Day week wraps up with a call for women to be more involved in digitalization, innovation and technology, some influential Cameroonian female artists like Charlotte Dipenda, Caresse Foto, Lady Pons and Katino have been using their social media handles in denouncing several socio-political crises faced in the country. On her part, Caresse Foto has re-echoed a post from the end of last year where she denounced the regular power cuts across major cities in the country. Taking to her Facebook page later on, the artist expressed her frustrations in registering her song in the studio following the regular power cuts observed that day. And in her recent reaction, she was joined by another powerful artist, Katino, to denounce the prolonged unresolved armed conflict in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon.
Je regarde quand il n'y a pas la paix, qu'est-ce que nous pouvons faire? Nous ne pouvons rien, ne nous mentons pas, nous ne nous trompons pas. Je vous dis encore que c'est le prix d'une mère.
However, before this came up, Charlotte Dipenda had once proposed that an avenue be created for sincere dialogue between the two warring parties in order for peace to be restored in the two English-speaking regions of the country. In addition, the case of Martinez Zogo, a former Yaoundé-based journalist who was killed early this year, has also been revoked by the artists who are clamoring for justice. Until date, Lady Pon still has the deceased journalist's photo as her Facebook profile, although she has received backlashes from her fans and other internet users for not being sincere with this act of empathy. The artist, however, came back responding that she has outgrown the age for cheap popularity and the glitz for publicity stunt, amongst other socio-political concerns raised. With this in mind, one can only hope their voices are heard by the powers that be.
You're welcome back. On a sad note, Alphonse Benny, one of the pioneers of Cameroonian cinema, has died. He died yesterday, March 12, 2023, at the age of 77. It was in 1971 that the one-time affectionately called the Black Film Ninja began producing and directing movies in the country. And during the 2021 Ecran Noir edition, he received the Screens of Honors for his entire work. Still over the weekend, a two-apartment belonging to the government at the clerk's quarters in Buea was consumed to ashes by wildfire. Now, according to Emanuela Sia, Buea-based correspondent who witnessed the scene, people who were crying foul, most traders who sell around the vicinity, who say their items were in one of the parking stores of the building. We get details right ahead.
The fire, which started at the early hours of today at Class Quarters Buea, has emptied two apartments of this government building, with one of the apartments occupied by the Subdivisional Delegation of Sports and Physical Education. Reports from eyewitnesses say the fire started at the sawmill attached at one side of this building, a fire that brought down the building to ashes. As passers-by walked in to condole with those whose properties have been damaged, Nelly walks at the sawmill where the fire has brought down over 48 million worth of material in his shop.
We lost more than 40-something million for this place. Cry for the damage. We don't lost some for here. Then people that things and they give you more repair and more fix for them. So the cry say if the people they come, we don't know what to tell them. Yes. So we don't move from the machine that we don't burn or send them. We go pack out some place. So they be beyond repair.
A building where petty business persons use some of its rooms to pack their merchandise. They say much has been lost.
all close them, all my gallons them, maybe the one we play for Happy carry and last week all come for yes, I will carry if you water inside. I no carry it. My TV be there inside. All banana be there inside. All watermelon too it be there backside yesterday. I carry and put up for parlor. I said today so I want carry it will easy me. All things gone.
The environment here is quiet, with those affected confused on where and what they will do after this. At press time, none of the workers of this delegation have been seen, as many wonder what may have caused this fire.
Thank you, Manuela C, for that report. As it concludes today's edition of Prime Flash, which has been broadcasted, of course, through My Media Prime Television. It has been produced also by Elvis, Modika. I have been Dolly, Ngonde for presentation. Coming up at exactly 10 a.m. is a brief with Lasha Kingsley and co-hosts, as well as In the House comes up at exactly 11 a.m. Cameroon time. At 12:30 a.m., Conroe News is coming up with Master Talk Talk, and many other interesting programs will be yours to kickstart your week. Stay with us. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to a new world of TV broadcasting. My Media Prime. News, discovery, culture, sports, entertainment, a beat